Hey, hey. All right. So let's get to this, shall we? So Aquarians, you know, I went with this backdrop because I really like the fact that we have, this kind of peaceful environment where somebody's, out there at the cabin in the woods, and it always seems like, you know, the, going to a cabin in the woods is like, what somebody does when they want to get right with themselves, they want to reconnect with nature or with their own internal nature. And so what I wanted to look at is kind of for maybe a no contact scenario. um, how have two individuals both been like simplifying things and getting down to like the nuts and bolts of how they feel about something. And I will say, for starters, we have got a ten of swords. It is sideways. This could be two people both feel like it's a really painful experience to have a connection seemingly end. We have the hanged man, we have the wheel of fortune, we have the lovers, and we have the ten of pentacles. I would say somebody's like rejecting the idea that this is over. We could have a Pisces, could also have a Leo, could also have a Gemini, could also have, of course, this could be Aquarius, um, also could be Taurus. But we're going to say a him, just because the hanged man card. And he's saying, no, this isn't the way it ends. It can't be over because I don't actually want it to be over. This is going to be a break, but it's not going to be the ending because it can't be. At some point in time, it was just not the right time, but we're going to be back in each other's arms and it's going to be okay. And, with the blessings of the universe, there's no way that I met Aquarius, but I'm not supposed to end up with them. This is just bad timing right now, right? It can't be over. How do you feel about Aquarius? The sun, and we have these two, identical children, on their white ponies. It's like, I think Aquarius wakes up like the inner child in them. They feel like they have so much in common with Aquarius, and there's so much joy and so much laughter that they share. They know that Aquarius is too important to them to pretend like, even though things obviously look like they're over right now, they're just like straight up rejecting it. That can't be the way this ends. We have the Knight of Cups, we have the Hierophant. I don't know if this person already was married to Aquarius or if they are like, it doesn't really matter what else happens. I still know Aquarius is what I'm supposed to be married to because I was too clear on this and I've been too happy and we've had too many good moments, and it's just not possible that all of that is for nothing. This still has to be the right person for me. This still has to work out because either Aquarius is going to come back to me or I'm going to go to Aquarius because I still, oh God, what's that song? I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will turn blue for all my life. Um, yeah, I don't see them even entertaining the idea that Aquarius could possibly be out of their life. We have the devil upright. They may have a lot of fear that maybe I'm wrong about this, but they also have like kind of an obsessed belief that no, absolutely no, this is not going to be the way this storyline ends. I do think that there might be like a layer of, we'll say, intensity. I'll put it that way, where this person, they really do adore Aquarius in this, but they also know that as much good as they have and they share with Aquarius, there's also lots that's kind of wrong with this connection, right? They seem to be kind of honest about that on one hand, that they know that this is a hot mess, but they also are still like kind of obsessed with Aquarius. Six of Pentacles. Everything we see keeps saying they still firmly believe they're meant for Aquarius or Aquarius is meant for them, and this is but a temporary problem. Okay, but what do you perceive the problem to be? Nine of Cups. This almost says that they're saying, well, Aquarius was going after the things that they wanted in life. Hermit in the reverse. Aquarius made some change in their life to go after their hopes, wishes, dreams, and goals. Queen of Wands. whomever this is, I'm not saying that they're holding it against Aquarius exactly, but they do think that Aquarius has like had this huge glow up and is no longer, if at one point in time Aquarius was like a more quiet, like, snuggied up in oversized sweaters, reading books, not really going out, like interacting a ton. I think that's changed. I think Aquarius is like pursuing some real goals and having a massive glow up. And this could be, I mean, obviously, this is a very attractive Aquarius any way you slice it, but because I'm hearing that song, I think it's Taylor Swift, Shine. Um, oh God, there's lyrics that are trying to come into my mind and it just won't. But it's basically, it's like, yeah, when I'm all polished up, yeah, I do kind of shine. I do kind of sparkle. Um, I would just say Aquarius is sparkling and they are turning every head in the room. If Aquarius didn't used to wear like really form fitting outfits that showed off their awesome physique, maybe they do now, masculine or feminine. If Aquarius, just totally upped their game when it comes to their wardrobe, come on. All dudes look amazing in suits and ties, right? It's just any guy anywhere in the world, you put him in a suit and a tie, he's instantly a 10, right? Um, and it's like, whatever, anybody who dresses up in something that's right for them, they just look fabulous. And I would just say that there's something about the way Aquarius is like going after their dreams. Maybe they've recently started to pursue something in their life, or they started to dress nice for themselves just because they're like, you know what? I, didn't used to get too dressed up, but I kind of want to. I want to elevate my game just for me, just taking care with my appearance and wearing stuff that I really like. This kind of, it's a unique expression of who I am. I keep feeling like Aquarius is extremely visible, but I also might be like, let's say Aquarius has recently gone in, because I'm picturing somebody who just started like, dressing better, more even provocative or more professional, or I'm picturing somebody who's like in like real estate or working in, business professional, and they're dressing really, really well. Maybe Aquarius is also going out places, where they get more dressed up. But it's weird because this individual sees Aquarius having this big glow up, and they're also seeing Aquarius single and super attractive. Now, this could be their jealousy talking, or this could actually be that they're like, oh my God, look at this glorious Aquarius. And everybody out there is seeing Aquarius right now. They're seeing how beautiful, they're seeing how attractive. I do kind of feel like Aquarius is taking themselves out to like dinners or a vacation, or, doing things where they're dressing their best and looking their best and actually really enjoying their life. Okay, Aquarius. If Aquarius went to their own cabin in the woods to get some clarity and simplify things, what has Aquarius discovered? 10 of Wands, 9 of Pentacles. Aquarius might have decided somehow my life feels a little bit calmer if I'm in separation with this person and I'm actually able to say, I don't feel bad about that. Maybe they did bring some stress into my world, and right now I feel less stressed and it's kind of nice. Judgment card, though. Hang on. Either this is Aquarius making peace with things, or this is Aquarius saying, I definitely think that this is Aquarius making peace, saying, I'm okay that things ended. It was a painful ending, but I've made peace. I've surrendered it, and I'm actually pretty darn happy now. I'm in a 9 of Pentacles moment. I don't think Aquarius is trying to get back together with this person, as they have come to some simplified conclusions in themselves. I actually think in this story, it says Aquarius is like, honestly, I was way more stressed out and having more hurt feelings before this ending. Like, this ending was painful. But in truth, I actually feel better and calmer since, oh God, what's that song? Since You've Been Gone. It almost feels like Aquarius is saying it was more painful when I was dealing with this person. 7 of Pentacles. I had a prolonged heartbreak, and now that heartbreak seems to be over, and I feel like I'm on the other side of it, and I'm okay. Yeah, 8 of Cups, Ace of Cups. To me, this feels like Aquarius has walked away from somebody for a valid reason. It feels like there was a lot of stress, and it feels like Aquarius is happier and loving themselves more and actually like really pouring into their life. So I will say that this individual who is like, I can't be over with Aquarius, we'll say the Hanged Man. Let's call them the Hanged Man. They are like, no, Aquarius is definitely still going to be mine. You know, it was just kind of the wrong time, and we were just struggling a little bit, but like I know that they're still supposed to be with me. They're noticing Aquarius looking so fabulous, kind of changing their behavior just a little bit. And I would almost argue in this storyline that that's exactly what's happening, because Aquarius is feeling more comfortable in their own skin, feeling more empowered, feeling like they're starting to love their own life more, feeling like there was a lot of like unnecessary stress between these two. Aquarius, as far as this goes, I mean, if this stress could be alleviated, would Aquarius want anything still to do with this person, or have they really moved on? There's the devil. Aquarius also says, oh, we were super passionate, but we also, had passionate problems, arguments and such, or, it brought out, maybe this is both people acknowledging sometimes we brought out, the fear in one another, the jealousy, the fear, jealousy, those streaks that come out when two people are like passionate, but maybe are not managing their emotions in the best way, or they're stirring, you're pushing each other's buttons. It almost looks like Aquarius is saying, look, there might always be a part of me where I like, the intimacy is amazing with this person, but we are kind of destructive with each other. We're too passionate, too quick to feel jealous, but also so much passion. We have the Nine of Cups. It feels like Aquarius is saying, I don't regret having had this person in my life, but if you're asking me, is my life calmer? And do I prefer calm over chaos? Yes, I prefer calm over chaos. And I was saying, if things could have changed, would Aquarius want this back? And Aquarius is like, we're crazy together, crazy about each other. It's the devil card with them. If anything could be this peaceful, then sure, maybe I'd want it back. But I want to only have the kind of relationships in my life that actually give me real joy. I think that this is Aquarius saying, I don't know that I think that we could be anything but toxic together. And it's better to not do toxic. Universe, do you want to weigh in for just a moment? The moon. Okay, so universe says, well, there's always more at work in any scenario that characters don't necessarily see. Sometimes people part ways on purpose so that they can absorb lessons or figure some stuff out. And then we have the judgment card again, and this is like the phoenix rising from the ashes. It kind of says that this could have been a very divine connection, because both people have like learned things and will continue to learn things. I mean, clearly they both understand that, like, man, we had some toxicity here, which is so great to be able to identify like where problems came from. But it also says there's more in the subconscious that's hidden, which is the fact that there could still be a renewal of this connection. There could still be that phoenix that rises from the ashes at some point in time, even if it's not right now. Which, when we started this out, this lead character over here, we'll call them the Hanged Man, they said, in divine timing, there's no way that this will be the last time that I talk to Aquarius. There's so much that I adore about Aquarius. There's so many beautiful things that I still felt like they're the person I want to stay with. But oh man, we have been toxic. Maybe we met at the wrong time. Maybe we were, too hot-headed at this time. And I don't deny that. But God, I love that Aquarius. This almost says, who knows how things will still work out. But just because something is, it's almost like these two need a break, because there's been too much like intensity, and there just needs to be a break. But it does not look like, in this story, it looks like, even though Aquarius right now is like, I'm okay letting it go because it was super toxic. But if things were different, who knows what's possible? And the universe even says, who knows what's possible? The future is unwritten. Characters will keep assimilating the experiences, the lessons, and I almost think that this is Aquarius and the other person that are both aware we were toxic together, and those are the things that we're both going to separately think about for a while, mull over. But they seem very determined that somehow, someday, because I'm hearing that song, but I know, somehow I know, we'll meet again. And it just feels like not ominous, but more like we'll get this right still. We'll still be together. We can get this right. We can have happiness. We can have less stress together at some point in time. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Lots of love. Bye.